just heard something interesting, Sophie. There's a rumor going around that I just can't believe. Is it true that you're not going to have your girl Sarah take the private high school entrance exams this year?
Yes, that's true. She won't be taking them.
Really? But why? Everyone nowadays takes those exams because private schools are the way to go.
Yes, I know, but we've decided not to have her take them. I talked with Kyle and her about it, and that's what we decided.
What an unusual family you three are. I mean, I've never heard of a kid around here not taking those exams. I'm shocked, to be honest.
So I guess your daughter Liza will be taking them then?
Of course! It goes without saying. I already have her hitting the books hard.
Oh, that's good. I mean, I'm sure she'll do very well on them. She's a bright girl.
You know, we're a single-parent household over here, and it just isn't easy making ends meet sometimes. But I talked to my ex-husband about it, and he told me he'll pay for the exams.
Oh, that's great. How kind of him. Is Liza excited about taking the exam? I bet she is.
I actually have no idea how she feels about it.
You mean you haven't talked to her about it at all?
I haven't. I mean, it doesn't really matter whether she wants to take the exams or not. In the end, it's not up to her. I'm making sure that she takes them for her future. It's important, you know. I'm thinking about her future. That's my job as a mother.
But it's kind of tough on Liza to take those exams if her heart isn't really in it, don't you think?
Hey, I regret not getting a better education than I did when I was her age. I don't want Liza to do the same thing. I want her to have options and to meet the right people.
I see. I guess that makes sense.
So, why isn't Sarah taking the exams? I still don't get it. Is she not strong enough academically or something like that? I could understand that.
No, that's not the reason. Her academics are just fine. It's because all her friends are going to public schools and she wants to stick with them, which I totally understand. Plus, she's just not very interested in the whole exam thing, so we all decided not to do it.
Wow, well, I hope you guys are preparing her for a good future. The days when all a woman needed to do was housework are long gone, you know. It's a new era.
Oh, I agree with you 100% on that. We women do a lot now. These days, women are doing everything that men do, and more.
I know, right? She needs to study hard, get good grades, and get into a good company later. That's where she'll make connections and maybe even find herself a good man to marry. And that's why I'm looking out for Eliza's future and making her take those exams. It's all part of my plan for her, you see.
Of course, that makes total sense.
Oh, and that reminds me. I have a message for your Sarah.
A message? You mean a message from Liza to Sarah?
No, a message from me to Sarah. It's because Liza's gonna get even more busy with exam preparations and all that pretty soon. So I just want you to tell Sarah to please not bother Liza or distract her from her studies, okay? Let her know that, okay? It's important.
Oh, okay. You're really gonna keep Liza from doing anything but studying? Just lock her in a room?
Of course I am. It's the right thing to do. I mean, it'd just be terrible if she failed her exams because of meaningless distractions or pointless socializing.
I agree that failing the exams would be pretty bad, but maybe she needs some balance in her life, you know? Isn't it a little hard on her to just forbid her from doing anything but studying?
You're not really getting it, I see. You and I obviously have different parenting styles. I mean, this is a parent's job. Making the tough decisions and forcing the kid to do things they might not want to do. It's for their own good.
I guess that depends on the family. There are all kinds of families, you know. But I do get the feeling that you're judging my family and the decision we made about the exams. Are you?
No, not at all. Heaven knows it's not my place to judge. No judging here. If you don't want to make Sarah take the exams, then don't. If that's all you want for her, then that's just the way it is.
Hey, just because we're not forcing her to take exams doesn't mean we don't love her and want a good future for her.
Of course, of course. I guess we're just not your average household over here, if you know what I mean. We won't settle for mediocrity. Don't say I didn't warn you about the future, though, okay? See you later. Hey, Sophie, you awake? Did I wake you?
I am now, and yes, you did. What can I do for you at this late hour?
Oh, sorry, were you asleep?
Yeah, it's 2 in the morning. I'm usually asleep at this hour.
Forgive me. I thought you'd be up, silly me.
Anyway, what's going on? Why are you calling me so late?
Oh, no reason in particular. Just wanted to talk. I've been out drinking and thinking. And I want to continue our conversation from last time because I feel like we cut it short.
You mean about the entrance exams? I thought we finished that conversation.
No, not that exactly. It's related, though. I mean about Liza and me being hard on her. You know, not letting her have any fun while she's preparing for the exams.
Oh, I see. Well, if it's about that, how about we save that conversation for another time soon? It's late and I need to sleep.
Hey, you're awake now, aren't you? Just stay up. I mean, you have to get up for work and getting Sarah off to school in a couple of hours anyway, right? Why don't you just get up now and talk to me?
A couple of hours? I have to get up 4 hours from now. That's more than just a couple of hours. I can't function on this little sleep. Sorry, but this is gonna have to wait.
Oh, come on. You're young and strong. Don't be such a whiner.
I guess I'll just have to be a whiner then. I need to sleep, so have a good night, okay?
Hey, wait a minute. Like I said, I need to talk to you about something. Hello, are you awake or not? Did you seriously just go back to sleep? No way! Well, I never. Hey, sorry about last night. I must have been pretty drunk when I texted you. I have no recollection at all of texting you when I did.
Oh, really? Okay, but please don't do that anymore, okay? It wakes everybody in the house up when my phone goes off like that.
Hey, I said I'm sorry. Just forgive me and let's move on. It was just out of my control. I was drunk, like I said. I've been really stressed out lately and needed to talk to someone.
So, what is it that you were calling about anyway?
Good question. What was it anyway? I can't even remember.
You were saying something about the entrance exams again? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's it, the entrance exams. So, I've been hanging out with some of the other moms whose kids are taking the exams. All of them are like, let's get the kids together for a study group. And all the moms need to try to show off and be better than the others, you know? Typical overbearing mom stuff. It's just really tiresome. God, I just want to slap some of them across the face.
Oh, I see.
And they're all like totally bookwormish looking. No style at all. Just a bunch of nerds, basically. I mean, the moms are all just like a bunch of nerds with nerdy kids. No way can I ever fit in with that group, and not my Liza either. Nope.
Yeah, there are all kinds of moms for sure.
Well, of course there are, and some are cooler than others. It's not like they're all that smart anyway. They just act like they are. Liza's definitely smarter than all of those kids and their moms put together.
I'm sure she is, and she'll do just fine on the exams. Well, hang in there with the studying and everything. It'll all be worth it, I'm sure.
Wow, you just aren't that interested in all this, are you? I mean, I can just tell by your responses. I'll be honest, that's a bit annoying.
So did you just text me to badmouth the other moms and their kids?
Wow, you just don't have any sense of humor, do you? Let's talk more. You really have to loosen up a little, Sophie.
It's not that I don't have a sense of humor. This topic just doesn't interest me much.
I mean, anyone with a pulse has to have a complaint or an issue with someone sooner or later, right? Haven't you ever had a time when you feel like you just had to say what's on your mind?
Well, I guess I'd be lying if I said I didn't. Everyone has at some point. But when I do, I don't force anyone else to listen to it, you know?
Yeah, I guess you just have no idea what I'm going through right now. I mean, you're not doing this whole entrance exam thing anyway, so how could you know?
Again, you're saying that like it's a bad thing and you're judging us for it. We just chose not to do it. Every family's different, like I said.
Yup, they sure are, and some are better than others. But hey, I think I finally figured out why you aren't doing the exam thing.
You shouldn't go on flights of wild fancy about that. I told you our reasons already, and they're pretty straightforward.
It's not about Sarah's academic strengths. I know what the problem must be. It must be because you guys can't afford it. Am I right? That's the only possible explanation.
What? Why do you say that?
I mean, if you can afford to take the exams and send her to a better school, you'd do it. Everyone knows that.
We're really not getting anywhere with this conversation. I can see that now. I'll just say that there are plenty of families who pass on taking those exams even though they could afford to take them if they wanted to.
See, that just sounds like the excuses that losers make when they lose. They actually had the money to prepare and take the exams, but they didn't, and then they pretend like it was never a thing.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I really don't. You really need to stop thinking that just because you're making your kid do it, it's the right thing to do.
Okay, now you just sound angry. Why so sensitive? You need a thicker skin, darling. We're just talking here.
I'm not angry. I've just given up on this conversation because it only goes around in circles. I don't want to talk about this topic with you anymore, okay?
Okay, fine. We won't talk about it anymore. Have it your way. I'll find someone else to talk about the exams with. It won't be hard to find someone, huh?
Yes, I think that'll be better for both of us. Please do that. Take care and best of luck with everything.
Hey, what on earth do you think you're doing? Just look at my beautiful car. It's got a great big scratch on it now.
Forget about that. I think I'm hurt. My hip is bruised. How about first you apologize for bumping into me?
Never mind that. Just look at my car. You're the one who needs to apologize.
Huh? Do you even know what you just did? You ran into me, a pedestrian?
Oh, come on. It was just a minor mishap. It's your fault for walking where you were walking. You really should be more careful.
Hey, I was walking on the sidewalk, just like I was supposed to be. You pulled over too close and bumped right into me.
Oh, is that so? That's not how I remember it. I think you have a selective memory, darling. You were walking in the road and not paying any attention at all, remember? That's what I saw happen. It was clearly your fault, clear as day.
There's no way that's what I was doing. Absolutely not. You know this is against the law, right? What you're doing right now by blaming me is illegal. Is this really how you do things?
Oh, stop exaggerating already. You're barely scratched. I can't even see a bruise on you.
Exaggerating. Is that really what you just said? I am injured, I assure you. Alexa, did you go to driving school and get your license like everyone else?
Well, of course I did. What's that supposed to mean? What are you trying to say, that I'm a bad driver?
If you took the classes and got your license, you should know what happens now. It doesn't matter how minor the accident is. We need to file a report with the police and then exchange insurance information.
Call the police? Oh, give me a break. What do you think they're gonna say when they show up here and see you without a scratch on you? Let's not call them all the way here for this tiny little scrape. I'd feel bad for pulling them away from stuff they should actually be doing.
Fine. I see you don't want to do the right thing. I'll just have to call them myself then.
Whoa, whoa. If you do that, there might be some more trouble that you don't want, believe me.
Wow, it almost sounds like you're trying to threaten me. Is that what you're doing?
Well, if the shoe fits. Let me ask you this. Do you value your safety?
Excuse me? My safety. Exactly what is it that you're trying to say? That I should watch what I say?
Like the saying goes, if you have to ask. Look, it's obvious that you're just a busybody with too much free time on your hands. And I know you enjoy being the do-gooder in the room. You made that clear last time we talked.
What are you even talking about? You lost me.
I mean, your kid isn't even taking the exams, and you're putting on airs, trying to look like the heroine in this story. You really are tiresome, you know that?
I'm not putting on airs or trying to look like anything.
Oh, but you absolutely are. I know it when I see it, and that's what you're doing. And it's clear that you think you're better than me because I'm a single mom too. I don't appreciate that. But you need to know that this single mom has connections. I know people. People you don't want to meet, I promise you.
Again, you're sounding like you want to threaten me?
And again, if the shoe fits. You think that you can get me in trouble here, but you're wrong. I have the upper hand. So I'll say it one more time. If you value your life and your safety, you won't be an idiot and call the cops. I promise you'll regret it if you do.
So, you're telling me to just shut up and leave this whole thing alone?
Now you're getting the picture. I knew you were a smart girl. And incidentally, I might want to use you for a few things. You have plenty of free time, I know. You'd be more than happy to run some errands for me, right? I definitely need a gopher lately.
What makes you think that I'd do something like that for you?
Because I know people and I know a weakling trying to act strong when I see one. So you'll do it because I tell you to. And let's not forget the matter of my monetary compensation. 10 grand will be enough, I think. It'll be a good start anyway.
Compensation? For what?
Let's call it automotive repair expenses. That's close enough. But you know, I've also sustained some serious emotional trauma from this whole incident. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a case of post-traumatic stress disorder. Taking that into account as well, another $20,000 will definitely make me whole again. Yeah, that should do it.
I've never heard of the at-fault party in an accident demanding compensation from the victim. Your math seems off.
I'm the victim, not you. Let's get that straight right now. Both my vehicle and my mental state have been damaged by this. Can't you see that? It should be obvious.
What I can see is that you're in your own little world. That much is obvious. Look, I'm not paying you any compensation, okay? That's just not gonna happen.
Oh, you will pay me, and you'll do it in the next 7 days. If you don't, I'll run you over for real next time. Got it? Now, get your act and your funds together and don't mess with me. I'm not the person whose patience you want to test.
No, I won't be paying you any money. None. Not a cent. I'm the injured party, not you. You denying it doesn't make it untrue. And I have no idea what you think you're doing, but you really are clearly deluded. I've never been treated like this by anyone in my entire life. You are completely over the line here. I did nothing wrong, and I absolutely deny doing anything wrong, period.
Excuse me. You've really got some nerve. You must actually be trying to be this tiresome and annoying. Is it that you really want to see me angry? Because I promise that you won't like it if that happens.
I was about to say the same thing to you, actually. If you don't get a grip and come to your senses in a minute here, things are going to change in a way that you're not going to like. I'm going to lose my temper and then...
Go ahead, what do I care? What are you going to do? Nothing, that's what. You're all talk. Like I said, I have my connections and you're going to meet them soon. So go ahead and do your worst. I'm ready and waiting. You're a small fish in a big pond, girl. You have no idea who I am and who I know.
Keep talking. I know you can't resist. I'm listening and learning. But don't come crying to me later when you don't know what to do, okay? I try to warn you.
Yeah. Say your piece now while you still can, little fish. It won't be long now.
Hello. I hear you had a long conversation with my wife yesterday. I heard all about it. Are you ready to follow up on that with me? I'm the one you'll be talking with from now on.
Excuse me, but who are you? I don't know you.
I'm Sophie's husband, Kyle.
Her husband. Oh, wow, she actually has one of those. So now she's gotten you involved. That's pretty pathetic, I have to say. She can't fight her battles on her own, oh. So what can I do for you, Kyle, husband of Sophie? You clearly have time on your hands, just like your wife.
Well, for starters, you can accept responsibility for your part in yesterday's events. Sophie tells me that you're blaming her, the pedestrian, for you running into her with your car. There are medical expenses and monetary compensation that you owe us, so let's talk about that.
You think I owe you for that stuff? No, I don't think so. I'm the one who's owed damages. She caused the accident. You need to pay me right now.
No, there was no fault on Sophie's part in this, so we don't owe you anything. That much is clear.
Now look here. I don't know who you think you are or who you think I am, but I know you feel like you need to get involved in this because she's your wife and all, but if you really want to go down this road, I'll be more than happy to oblige you too.
Oh, right. I hear you have some connections or something like that. Isn't that right? Sophie told me that you mentioned that several times.
Yes, sir, that's absolutely right. I know some people who you don't want to meet. I happen to be friends with quite a few members of a certain well-known local motorcycle club. They are some pretty serious guys, and I promise you that you don't want them angry with you. I mean, a nice family like yours could end up, well, it just wouldn't be good. Let's just leave it at that.
I see. And exactly which local motorcycle club is that you're referring to? Please, do tell.
Well, it's not really important which one it is. What difference does it make? You probably wouldn't know them if I said the name.
I asked you which one. Now quit screwing around and tell me. Don't test me.
Excuse me? Don't test me? You think you're gonna scare me by acting all tough all of a sudden. You just look stupid, tough guy. What a joke!
Let's get one thing straight right now before you say anything else that you'll regret. You're way out of your depth here. Way, way out.
Huh? Who do you think you are?
Who am I? I'll tell you who I am, but first, let me tell you who you are. You're some nobody who thinks she's connected because she parties with the Mongols MC once in a while. That's right, I know that's the MC you're name-dropping. Now I'll tell you who I am. I'm the guy who the leader of that MC reports to and pays his percentage of everything to. That's who I am. Are we clear now on who's who?
Huh? No, you're not. Cut the act and stop pretending.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to have a clue about it. That's why I'm telling you now, before you do anything else that you'll regret. My wife's a smart lady, and she knows better than to bring me into things like this without a good reason. She knows being married to a crime boss means that she needs to be discreet. She didn't want to involve me in this, but when I heard her story and what you said to her, I decided to involve myself.
What are you? What are you saying? You're a crime boss. A gangster.
Yeah, you heard me right. You really shouldn't be surprised, though. This whole area is crawling with people in my line of work. Anyone who lives here and pays even a little attention should know that.
Wait, so you're actually a gangster? I still don't believe you.
I just told you that, didn't I? Are you stupid? Can you not read? Now listen up. My Sophie was injured yesterday. She's hurt and she deserves compensation for that, along with the verbal abuse and threats you made. So, what are you going to do about it?
But she was the one who started the whole argument. It was all her fault.
Argument? That's an interesting description of it. It sounds more like you've been harassing her and insulting her for a few months, and now this happened. See, I looked at the whole text thread between you two, all the way back to the beginning. You just kept talking about entrance exams and winners and losers and how you're so much better than everyone else, including me, my Sophie, and my Sarah. No matter how many times I read that stuff, the only way I can interpret it is you look down on me and my loved ones. Tell me I'm wrong. That's not what I think at all. What? Speak up. Tell me how you intend to compensate my Sophie. Tell me now. And what about that threat you made to run her over again? What about that? You think I didn't hear about that too? Maybe you're the one who's gonna get run over, lady. Think on that for a while. How would that change your life, huh?
Wait a minute, please. There's clearly been some misunderstanding here. I never meant to. I don't want to get run over. No, definitely not. Please. My little girl Liza, I'm all she's got. She won't have anyone if she doesn't have me. If something happens to me, she'll be all alone, sir, please.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that happening, lady. Your ex told me he'll happily take custody of Lisa if you get locked up or if anything else happens to you.
What? You talked to Jasper? How did you know to contact him?
Of course I did. I didn't get to where I am by not gathering intel on my targets. And congratulations, by the way, on becoming one of them. It's a rare honor, I promise you. You may or may not survive the honor, though. Anyway, Jasper told me all about why you two split. He says you cheated on him. As soon as I heard that, I thought to myself, oh, of course she did. He says Lisa was still a baby then, and he didn't want to take her away from you while she was still so little. That was very kind of him, no?
Why is he telling you all that? It's not your business, and it has nothing to do with all this. Liza has nothing to do with all this.
Actually, Lisa has everything to do with all of this. I guess he sees a golden opportunity and he doesn't want to miss out on getting his daughter back.
Now just wait a moment, sir, please. This is the worst possible time for a custody battle. Liza's right in the middle of preparing for those exams. She can't be distracted by all that. If she gets uprooted and taken away from me now, it'll really be tough on her. Think of Liza, please.
Yes, I'm glad you brought up that topic of those exams. I was going to if you didn't. From what I hear, Lisa has no interest in taking them. Isn't that right?
What do you mean?
I hear it's all about you and your pride or vanity or something ridiculous like that. I hear that when she says she doesn't want to take them, you yell at her and lock her in her room. And then all she can do is just be quiet and take your abuse until you're done yelling. Lisa told me all that herself. Do you doubt that I spoke with her?
No, I don't doubt you anymore, but you have to understand that I'm thinking about her future.
And what a convenient excuse that is. I'm sure all the overbearing moms say the same thing. But with you, it's obviously just that, an excuse to turn your child's education into a status symbol.
And how would you know? How would you know what I'm thinking or what my intentions are?
Meh, I don't know, and I don't want to know. I've seen as much of your mind as I care to. What I do know is that you're squeezing Jasper for money, saying that it's for exam prep courses for your daughter. It sounds a lot like extortion to me, and believe me, I know something about extortion.
That's just totally untrue. I'd never do that.
Spare me, Alexa. I already heard everything, and from more reliable sources than you.
But what have I done wrong? What are you accusing me of? The money we're talking about is for Liza, for her education. It's also she can have a good future. Every parent wants the best for their kids, don't you?
But what exactly are you spending that money on? Tell me the truth now, Alexa.
Huh? What do you mean? I already told you. Like I said, that money is for Liza and her education. It's as simple as that.
I see. So all the time that you're spending at the casino has nothing to do with it, then?
What? Why are you asking me that? What about the casino?
I know things, Alexa. You claim to be connected, but I actually am connected, and in more places than you know. Are we understanding each other now? I told you, I see you.
You dirty rat! What have you been doing, watching me? All I wanted to do was blow off a little steam at the slot machines once in a while.
Blow off a little steam? That's one way to put it. You blow off about $1,000 worth of steam every time you're there. That's quite an impressive record. You're there at least once a week, too. That adds up. In fact, that adds up to at least $4,000 a month. How are you coming up with that kind of gambling money working part-time and raising a kid? Please, enlighten me.
Well...
So, back to the matter at hand. Money. You obviously have enough to spend at the casino every week. You told my Sophie that she owes you what? $30,000, was it? So, here's my counteroffer. For Sophie's medical bills and emotional suffering, we'll take that $30,000 in compensation, and we will pay you nothing.
Wait a minute. I can't pay that. There's just no way I can pay that.
Well, you could always just sell a kidney. That's an option that many people I know have taken. I know a place that'll give you a decent amount of money for one, or both, of yours. I do think that one will be enough, though.
No! Wait, that amount of money is just... I can't. I didn't mean to insult you or your family, sir.
I'm not asking you what you meant or didn't mean to do. I'm telling you how it's gonna be. You're gonna pay us that money, or you're going to jail for what you did to my wife yesterday. You decide. You can sell an organ, or we can go the other route. Now choose. Come on.
I can't make that kind of a choice. Please don't force me to. Please think of my family. What if something happens to me? Liza won't know what to do.
Lisa will be better off without you, and you know it. You're making her life miserable every day. You're exactly the kind of toxic parent they're always talking about on the news.
Me, a toxic parent? You don't know what you're talking about.
And you don't care a bit about your child's feelings or what they want. You're the worst kind of parent. You're trash and you're bad for your child. You don't even deserve to be called a parent.
Okay. I give up. Enough already, please. Please, just let me apologize to Sophie and let's be done with this, please. I'll figure out some way to get the money, I promise. Please just don't take my Liza away from me. I can't live without her.
I do not accept your apology or your compensation proposal. I reject both of them. The child in your care deserves better than you, and I'm gonna see that she gets it. And since you clearly can't pay me what you owe me and my family, I have no choice but to send you on a long trip to a place far away.
No, please. Anything but that, I'm begging you.
Shut up. Do you think your begging and pleading is gonna fix this? It won't.
But what then? What can I do? Just tell me what you want and it's yours.
Just pay or pay with your life. That's my counteroffer. This is the penalty for hurting my family, and you must pay. The debt has come due and there is no escaping it. I'll be arriving at your home shortly. Prepare yourself. There is no point in trying to run from me.
No, please wait. Please don't do this. Please, anything but this, I'll do anything. Please just spare my life. Think of my family.
You just threatened my wife's life not 24 hours ago. If you were me, what would you do? Nobody will blame me for this, and nobody will miss you when you're gone.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Shortly after that, I did inform the police of my incident with Alexa the previous day. They found it very interesting that she refused to report it to them when it happened. They also found the threats that she made to me quite interesting. Then I went with her ex-husband and the police to her place, and she was taken into custody and questioned. The investigation took some time, but eventually it was confirmed that Alexa had fled the scene of an accident and also that she threatened me. The investigation is ongoing and there will be more charges filed, it seems. As for my husband Kyle, while it's true that he's something of a gangster, he's a kind and gentle man who rarely loses his temper or makes threats. He told me afterwards that he actually scared himself a little when he did what he did to Alexa. And then there's Liza. Her dad ended up finally getting custody of her, and now she's going to the same school as our Sarah. They're both doing very well, and needless to say, Liza is extremely happy to not have to worry about those exams anymore. Thanks so much for watching. We're looking forward to seeing your likes and comments. We have new videos every day, so be sure to follow us too.